The virtual currency Bitcoin could be going legit, but what does going legit really mean? Hey guys, this is Annie for DNews filling in for Trace. Monday was the first ever Senate hearing on Bitcoin, the anonymous peer-to-peer virtual currency that you buy with real money or earn through a process known as mining. And although Bitcoin has been around for several years, you might have only heard about it talked about in the context of black markets that use Bitcoin, thanks in part to some high-profile busts of markets like the Silk Road, an online marketplace for drugs, weapons, and other contraband. Bitcoin has gained a reputation as the currency of outlaws, or anyone who needs to keep their transactions anonymous. You know, outlaws, or people who, for ideological reasons, want to keep their money out of the US banking system. So the Senate hearing could indicate the mainstreaming of Bitcoin, but it's not actually the first virtual currency to attract the attention of the government. First off, virtual currencies have existed in some form or another for years. World of Warcraft, for example, has its own currency, as do other virtual worlds. Facebook has a credit system, and it's not unusual to see these payment systems exclusive to particular online communities. Nor is a virtual currency not tied to an existing community a new thing. In May of this year, the Fed shut down a company called Liberty Reserve that billed itself as a virtual payment processor, but was really a giant money laundering organization. And then there was eGold, a virtual payment system supposedly backed in gold. With its anonymous user accounts, the eGold system eventually attracted a great deal of malware and fraud and was also shut down. But what makes Bitcoin different is that it's peer-to-peer. There's no central bank or governing entity. Transactions happen between users and are backed in basically processor power, not US money, not gold, not World of Warcraft dollars. And even during yesterday's Senate hearing, no one could really state an opinion on whether Bitcoin, which is essentially a string of code, should be considered a commodity or a currency. Regardless, in spite of its reputation as an unstable cyberpunk payment system for those who want to keep their transactions off the grid, it seems like many in the Bitcoin community welcome some regulation. Following the hearing, the price of one Bitcoin shot up to over $800, its highest value yet. The trade-off, though, Bitcoin operators will have to play by the same rules as every other financial institution in the country, which means keeping records on transactions and reporting suspicious activity, which is likely to perturb some die-hard Bitcoiners who see it as a last stand for anonymous transactions online. What do you think about Bitcoin? Is it here to stay? Let us know what you think on Twitter or Facebook at DNews. And for more on virtual currency, check out my series on Bitcoin on the Old Tech Feed channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.